Okay, this is the start of day number 10. Well, almost the start. Look at the little bug in the rug. Did you sleep well?
Mm-hmm.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're waking up to a beautiful morning here. You can see just outside the tent. You've got nothing but blue sky and the occasional call. You don't have roosters calling you up here. You have ravens. So ravens are calling, and they're looking for different things that they might scavenge around the campsites. So we're going to get on with our day here, and not much happening today. We're just going to take a hike down into the canyon, and then we're going to drive over to Las Vegas and stop at the Hoover Dam along the way. So, and then 2 nights in Las Vegas. And we've got a date with Celine Dion. Okay, when I said there was nothing happening today, that's before I saw this guy. And this guy here wasn't around yesterday, but he chased off another one that's off in the distance. And this is not an elk that you want to mess with. Look at those antlers on him. And he's got his harem right over here. You can see here's his harem right in the campsite, interestingly enough. So there goes his harem right there. And I don't want to be anywhere near him. If I'm not mistaken, you got to stay within 25 yards of these elk. I don't think they've got to stay within any particular distance of us or not. But look at that. Isn't that something else? All right, we are about to do something I've never done, and that's to hike down into the canyon. We found our way at the South Kaibab, forgive the pronunciation, trailhead. And I was told by somebody that this will get you down to the most dramatic views in the quickest amount of time. So we don't have a lot of time right now, but you can see here, it says the magnificent Grand Canyon, vast, harsh wilderness. Do you have a realistic plan? How much food and water you should bring? Have you checked the weather, etc.? So there are some different points along the way that you can take as you're going down. Trail log from Cedar Ridge, 1.4 miles. Colorado River would take 6.3 miles to get to the bottom. And there is a ranch down there called Phantom Ranch. I don't think we're going to make it that far down, but we're going to try to go down a little ways and just get a short hike in before heading to Las Vegas. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You got your water? You got your water? Okay. You have your chewing gum?
No.
No? Okay, I got chewing gum if you need chewing gum. Okay, let's go. I don't leave home without chewing gum. You don't have to walk very far down the trail before you're treated to some really nice views. So it is looks like it's going to be a nice hike. We're going to walk probably all of about 45 minutes. We're staying in the town of North Las Vegas tonight. That's about a 4.5-hour trip from where we're at. We want to stop at Hoover Dam as we find our way into Las Vegas. We're going to be going to see Celine Dion tomorrow night in Las Vegas. As we walk along the trail, you can see there's a lot of droppings from the mules. So you could take a mule ride down the canyon, I believe, all the way to the bottom. I think it'd actually be like a two-day trip to go down the trail to the bottom. It's a beautiful day today. Temperature today is probably about 85 degrees, and tomorrow, looking at the forecast, the temperature is going to drop considerably all the way down to about 65 degrees. Okay, I never would have guessed before this trip started that Mercedes was such the outdoors type, you know, but she really is. She is an all, you know, she goes all out, you know, when it comes to the outdoors. She's a real camper, real good hiker. She likes to hike, and kind of surprising. And just in a short week, her legs have really toned up. You know, she takes a lot of pride in her legs, you know, and they've. I'm just teasing her. But she does. Got a wonderful pair of legs, don't you? Oh yeah. Turns around and smiles. Yeah, look at those legs. Fantastic. Skinny, yeah, skinny legs. Okay. Yeah, but they're muscular. Just look how easily she can hike down this trail. I mean, it's like effortless. You know, it's like maybe in a previous life she was a mountain goat or something. Here's a view looking down. You can see some people with umbrellas appear to be walking up. My guess would be that they're Asian. Asian people, you know, you travel around the world and more times than not you'll see them with umbrellas, or you'll see them with a mask over their face, like a bandana over their face. So, not that there's anything wrong with that, mind you. So no sooner had I made that comment to Mercedes about, you know, being a goat in a previous life. What did you say about your grandpa?
He used to tell me that when I was a girl.
He did? Your grandpa used to tell you? And how did he say it?
Chivita.
I'm sorry?
He called it in Spanish chivita.
Ah, okay. All right. Well, here we go. I was actually in the visitor center yesterday talking to one of the gentlemen and asking him about when the last time he heard of a fatality here. And he said, interestingly enough, this summer, there's been seemingly a lot of people falling to their death. And usually it's just people that aren't heeding the advice of staying on the trail. Everybody wants to get that great picture. Okay, there comes the mountain goat. You can see as I pan up, it'll give you a view of the trail. People are coming down. Beautiful day in the Grand Canyon National Park. Boy, just look at this view as we continue our descent. Just spectacular. Come across a warning sign and it says, hiking to the Colorado River and back in one day is not recommended due to long distance, extreme heat, and nearly a 5,000 foot elevation change. If you think you have the fitness and expertise to attempt this extremely strenuous hike, please seek advice from a park ranger first. Here's an interesting plant as we walk along the trail here. I'd imagine at one point in time that was a blooming flowers, I would think. First one of these that we've seen as we've hiked down the trail. Alright, I just heard a wow from behind me, and I had to take a moment and take a look and see what the wow was. And look at this this view here. Look at that. And there's looking down.
The pink rock.
Mercedes, go run down there and stand on that one over there, okay? And I'll get you in the video, okay? And we'll prove you're a mountain goat. Here's a view looking back on the trail that we've spent the last 20 minutes walking down. Well, I was hoping that I wouldn't be the only ass on this trail, and needless to say, I've got plenty of company. Look at that. So here comes the burros, if you want to be more correct. The burros, the mules, coming back up from the trail. Look at that. Isn't that something? They're going to come walking right past us. Okay, here they come. Mercedes, I want you to spank one of them on the butt. Good morning. Where are all the passengers?
We don't take passengers, we're packers. We bring supplies to the bottom of their sentiment and back out every day.
Oh, these are packers. Okay, so they take supplies down and bring stuff back up. Probably to the Phantom Ranch. It's actually a post office, if I'm not mistaken, or something down there. Now this guy looks like a real cowboy. Even though he's riding a mule, he looks like a cowboy. All right, look at these packing mules. There you have it, folks. Only on Tom Hall's YouTube channel. And there they go. So you see, I'm not the only ass on the trail. What are you laughing at?
They're mules.
They're mules? Yeah, but they call them asses too. You didn't know that? Yeah. Okay. All right, that would be our destination for this hike right there. That looks like it's the first stopping point, or so one might think. So we're going to make our way down there and take a few pictures and find our way back up for our trip over to Las Vegas. Ooh Aah Point. That's that's what this is called. It's called Ooh Aah Point, and probably for good reason. Look at the wow. Look at the views. Look at the views. Let's hear Mercedes say ooh ah.
It's ooh ah.
No, ooh ah.
Ooh ah.
Ooh ah, yeah, that's right. Ooh ah.
Said in Spanish, ooh ah.
Yeah, exactly. All right. You gonna go climb up on the rocks?
Little bit.
Little bit? All right.
And when this girl goes down.
Look at the guy here. Could easily slip.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go there.
All right, so if you're wondering how people end up getting killed here at the Grand Canyon National Park, it's just like that, climbing out onto the rocks, taking selfies. But hopefully that won't happen today. The view down is, well, it's a long drop, needless to say. Look at that. Quite a sight, huh, Mercedes? Yeah. All right. All right, so there's Mercedes sitting on Ooh Aah Point, just soaking it all in, and I don't want to get out that far. Mercedes is a little bit braver than I am. That's because she was in the Cuban military, and I was only in the American military. So she's a little bit braver than me. Little revolutionary. All right, so look at this view. And I don't know if you can see the bottom, but
It's very nice.
look at that. Okay. Now we got to begin our climb back up. And here's one more view. That's where Mercedes was just sitting. But you can see the a drop. Look at that. All right. Well, coming up behind the supply train would be the tourist on the mules. So there you have it. Look at that. Nice, seemingly comfortable way to traverse this trail up and down the canyon. Look at that. For some reason, I can just picture my friend Bob and his wife Jeannie on these mules. I don't know why. I'm gonna give a shout out to big old Bob, watching this from his home in Illinois. Bob is a snowbird and great guy. Looking forward to seeing you again down in Wimpyville, Bob. All right, we found our way to the top, and not too far behind us you can see the Democratic Club of the Grand Canyon coming up on their mules. And I think the Republican Club will be coming up on their elephants here shortly. Did you folks ride to the bottom? Yeah. You did, huh? You stayed overnight? Yeah. Did you make s'mores?
No s'mores.
No s'mores down there?
Steak dinner.
Was it nice? Nice trip? Fantastic. And they put you up and everything, huh?
A cabin.
In a cabin? I'll be damned.
Real toilet.
Fantastic. Look at that. Y'all are going to be on YouTube tonight. Look at this guy. Now there's a real cowboy. Look at him.
You say it was going to be on YouTube?
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
ThomasHall.com.
What was that?
Thomas Hall, HALL.com.
I'll look it up.
All right.
My mama to come look it up.
There you go. The Democratic Club of the Grand Canyon, riding up on their mules. Wish I had time to stick around to see the elephants come up, but we got to get on with our day.